everyone, EvilBlackCat here. I have a face and hands. You can actually see me now. Okay, I just figured that I would like to try doing some different things on the channel, so we're going to go into a cooking show. So we're going to make a cheesecake today. What I need to do is go ahead and make sure that your oven is heated up to 350. That's Fahrenheit. If you'd used one of the other ones, I'm sorry, you're going to have to look it up yourself. Next thing you're going to need to do, make a crust. You're going to need 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs and 5 tablespoons of melted butter. Best way to do that is melt it in the microwave about 30 seconds at a time. Keep an eye on it, because if you don't, you're going to end up with butter everywhere, and it's not going to be good. So you're going to go ahead and put those in a mixing bowl together. Get it all mixed up and make sure that your crumbs are all nice and wet. It'll take me a second. Then you're going to take that, once it's all nice and mixed up, and put it in your pan. Now, we've got a 9.5-inch pan here, which is nice. Usually they're like 9 or 10. It's a springform pan, which is the best thing to use for cheesecake. If you're going into cheesecake as the first thing you're baking, good luck to you. Otherwise, you should know what a springform pan is. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and put the crust in there. Well, it's not crust yet. It's going to be crust. Yay. All nice crumbs. Get the rest of them in there. A little extra butter on those. Then you're going to take a measuring cup or something with a nice round bottom to it like that. That sounded wrong. And spread them out in the bottom of your pan and get them kind of pressed down. Don't press it up the sides of the pan, really. You just press it on the bottom. Now I use parchment paper on this particular pan. I prefer to use parchment paper. Some people say you can grease the pan. Some people don't. But parchment paper will make it come off real easy. And we don't have to bother with greasing. Get that all pressed down, and then you're going to bake it for about 8 to 10 minutes until it smells kind of nice and got a nice little crust, like nice little goldenness to it around the edges. And then we'll be moving on to the rest of the cake. Alright, okay, so now we need to make the filling. And I did want to mention, it does say Grammy's Kitchen here. I'm not actually a Grammy, nor do I have kids. So, kids do not eat free. I just happen to be using my mom's kitchen and my mom's apron. So, just to clear that up a little bit. Alright, so we're going to go back onto the ingredients for making the actual part of the cream cake, the cheesecake, the really good stuff. You got your 2 pounds of the full-fat cream cheese. Cup of granulated sugar, a tablespoon of cornstarch, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Actually, it does say kosher salt, but you said it wasn't kosher. That was what it was. You said not kosher. That's all right. It's not kosher. It's okay. And then we got 3 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk, a 1/2 cup of sour cream, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, which is kind of weird. Okay, so we're going to be putting all that stuff in the mixer, and we'll get to that in just a second. Helps if we plug the mixer in. So, it's a KitchenAid stand mixer, which I had one of those in my kitchen, which is one of the reasons we're not using my kitchen. Okay, so we need to put in the cream cheese, the entire cup of sugar, the cornstarch, if I can get around the paddle, and the salt. I'm going to put that in there on medium-low. I have no idea, I assume 2? Okay. And you're going to do that until it looks like frosting. Assuming you know what frosting looks like. Have a spatula to scrape the sides down to. Now that you got it all nice and frosting looking, you're going to add in your teaspoon of vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And your sour cream. If you don't remember how much it is, look at the beginning of the video, because I don't remember right now either. Scrape that all in there. Get it back in there. Get it back on the mixer. So now we gotta add our eggs in. You're gonna add them in one at a time. and let it just kind of mix in. There we go. Wait until the first one is all the way in there before you add another one in. Doesn't really take that long. Okay, 2 of them tried to escape. Sneaky little eggs. And it starts to look a little bit different as you do that too, but it's still nice and silky. But you can kind of tell it's getting that egg in there. Another one. And our last lonely little yolk. It's an oak. It's a big old tree I'm going to shove in here. And last one. Alright, so we're going to get that mixed up the rest of the way. And we're currently, our crust came out of the oven, we got it over here cooling. So we're going to let that cool for a bit. Then once this stuff is done, we're going to put it in there and we're going to stick it in the oven. Now we've got our crust all nice and kind of cool. And our cheesecake stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a pan that is just barely big enough to fit this in here. If you got whatever pan you've got that will actually fit your cheesecake in it comfortably, that's the one that you're going to want to use if you decide to do this. What you're doing is you're giving it a water bath, put it in there to keep it from cracking. It's not necessary, and if your cheesecake cracks, it's not going to like affect it in any way, except it just won't look as pretty. Of course, we're going to put topping on anyway, so if it does crack, we're fine. But anyway, you've got we got the water in there. The water's boiling. We just boiled it. And we've got this lovely sleeve here to keep the water from getting into the actual cheesecake. The recipe actually says to do it in the opposite order and put this in here and then put it in the water, but that's just a pain. So we're just going to do it this way. Go ahead and pour that lovely stuff in there. That's the part that I'm not really very good at, which is holding it with one hand while scraping it with the other. Actually, this pan's bowl's a lot easier to hold than most. Get all that goodness out. Not usually very good at scraping. Usually, my mom yells at me for not. Well, not yells at me, but for leaving too much in the pan. But I'm pretty sure I got about as much of it out as I could. And take and very carefully, because it is still very, very hot water. Alright, so now we're going to put it in the oven, which we still have set at 350, I think. And you're going to put it in there for about 50 minutes. You're going to check it when the edges are set and the middle's still jiggly, a little bit like Jell-O. Then you're good. You want to take it out. You just want to do it until the edges are set and the middle's still jiggly like it is now. Turn off. And you're going to turn off the oven, leave it propped open, and let it cool. Taking out your cake, you're going to run a thin knife around the edges. Just take it away from the edges of the pan so that as it cools, it doesn't just pull away from the edges of the pan. We're still going to let it cool a little while longer before we make the topping, though. We're going to make our topping, which is going to be a caramel toffee topping. So we've got caramel bits, look a tiny bit like nuts, but they're caramel. Oh. Do not touch the pan like a dummy. Put them in the pan with your whipping cream. And you're just going to slowly melt them over the low heat. So just stir them until you make it all nice and smooth. Alright, so we went ahead and we let the caramel sit for about 5 minutes so it could cool. I've got half a cup of toffee bits here, and I'm going to put about half of them in here, and then we're going to sprinkle the rest of the half on the top. So put them on in there and mix them on up. That looks pretty good. Alright, so then we're just going to go ahead and put that on our cheesecake, which we've put on something now so that it's not going to drip everywhere, and so I can take it home afterwards. Ha ha ha. This is mine. So if you had a crack in your cheesecake, it wouldn't matter because you're doing this anyway. Smooth it out a little bit. I'm afraid of messing with it too much. And now you're just going to go ahead and sprinkle your toffee bits over on the top. And you have a cheesecake. Try not to eat it all at once. Alright, so you're going to go ahead and put your butter. Good job.
And not knock the whisk in the floor.
Yeah. Otherwise it just brown sugar. Look at that. And the salt in your pan. And we probably want to turn the stove on too, don't we? And we're supposed to be whisking this frequently. There we go, getting it melted and stuff.
Yeah, smoosh down your sugar.
My pucks of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So after it gets all smooth and bubbly, then you're going to go ahead and add the cream to it, which we've actually already done here. We just weren't able to get that part on camera. And then you go again till it gets all bubbly again. Alright, so now it's all bubbly and everything up again. You're going to go ahead and turn it off. Remove it from the heat. Something I can set it on there. And then we're going to need to add in the vanilla. Don't fall on me. I believe should be half a teaspoon. And then you're going to stir in all your pecans.
Which 1 cup was chopped, 1 cup whole, and they were toasted.
Yes, yes. It was all in there and nice and coated up with some nice sweet stuff.
And then we set it aside to cool.
Then you set it aside to cool for
about 30 minutes.
About 30 minutes. Take all your nice lovely pecan pie stuff and put it on top.
It's okay if it goes over the side.
That's looking pretty good.
Alright.
Woohoo, pecan pie cheesecake. Hello all, EvilBlackCat here. Just want to say thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please go ahead and leave a like and let me know in the comments. And if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see me bake or cook, let me know in the comments. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I really enjoyed doing this with my mom. So thank you very much, Mom. Love you. Thank you for letting me use your kitchen too. I think that's about everything. So until next time, this is EvilBlackCat wishing you love, luck, and legendaries. Later.